Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to NDTV for the first of two games this afternoon. We've got an interesting doubleheader this evening as we first welcome the Redbirds from Metamora, their JV team, to play the Irish Notre Dame JV girls. And then following that, we'll welcome the Chargers of Centennial to play our varsity girls. Before we get started, I'd like to take a pause here for our pregame prayer.
Heavenly Father, to you we give all praise and thanksgiving. You have blessed us with your bountiful gifts. Help us to use them for your honor. Send forth your grace and abundance upon all gathered for this basketball game. Allow all of our gifts and talents to shine forth in a Christian way. Especially bless these teams, coaches, and referees. Protect all from injury and harm. Allow your peace to always reign in our hearts. We ask this through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
And again, welcome back. My name is Jim Lynch. Alongside me once again and always is Mike Plunkett. Mike, I'm going to throw your feet right into the fire to introduce our starting lineups for our first contest.
Sounds good, Jim. I will pick right up on where Mr. Cummings is getting started here. We're going to start with the sophomore group from Metamora High School, coached by Ryan Davis. We got number 1, Mallory Bennett, who's a 5'3" sophomore. We had a 5'9" freshman, number 10, Izzy Vanderschaaf. A 5'9" sophomore, number 25, Lane Jackson. A 5'7" sophomore, number 30, Ella Stivers. And we have a 5'9" sophomore, number 33, Cameron Youngquist. Now let's meet the Lady Irish, coached by Shamar Hill, assisted by Julie Santon. We have a freshman guard, number 4, Maya Wardle. A sophomore guard, number 10, Mary Breitbach. Number 21, a freshman guard, Sammy Lard.
A 5'4" sophomore guard, number 10, Mary Breitbach.
We also have number 23, a sophomore, Elizabeth Hanley. And in the middle, we've got a sophomore, number 34, Elizabeth Biz Daly. Should be an interesting matchup here. The Irish come into this game 6-0. They've a JV team. There's not a lot of bodies, but they're playing well. They're winning games. But I know that Metamora's got one of the better overall girls basketball programs in the area, and they have for a few years now. So it'll be interesting to see what their sophomore group looks like. And one thing I can tell you just out of the chute, they got a little bit of size.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a great couple of games here with both teams traveling in here for these contests. And and Metamora always puts together a wonderful basketball program, both on the female and the male side. And so I think we're in for 4 great quarters here.
I think so. I'm just looking forward because Metamora is always very, very solid. They're fundamental. Again, you know, when you're talking about a JV team, you get new kids in, so things can change year after year. But Coach Morrow at the varsity level has really built a nice program here, and it'll be nice to just watch these young kids see how they do.
So there's an early steal right away from Biz Daly, gets it to Lard, and Lard gets into her point guard Wardle's hands to get things rolling. Wardle looks to attack, pulls it back out, swings it to Hanley. Sorry, Daly. Daly has it up top, looks to drive, and Breitbach recovers the ball. Gets it to Lard inside, who now gets it down under. Hanley for a shot, gets her own rebound, puts it back up, and that puts the Irish on the board right away. Elizabeth Hanley with the first bucket of the game.
Very nice work by Elizabeth. A nice shot fake and step through it. She stayed with it, got her offensive rebound, and put it in the bucket. Now, a good test that we talk about all the time when we watch our underclass girls play is they play very aggressive man-to-man. Here's an example right here of a steal.
Nice steal from Mary Breitbach, and the quick layup puts the Irish up by 4 just over a minute into the game.
So how well Metamora can handle this pressure over the course of the game will be a big determining factor how this thing turns out.
So Redbirds have the ball near the top of the key. Number 1, Mallory Bennett looks to set things up. And again, there's that Irish pressure, forcing a second consecutive turnover. And again, it was Breitbach with the pressure.
Yeah, and Mary Breitbach, we continue to talk about this. She's just about as tough as can be. Not big in stature, but she can play the game, and she does really a nice job on defense. Very aggressive.
Wardle
and
with a
this
nice
is
move.
this is what Mary likes to do right here.
Nice drive from Wardle and kick out to Breitbach, although the three didn't fall. And here's Bennett with the ball again, looking to set up her team's offense. Nice feed inside to number 25 and layup for number 25, Lane Jackson, puts the Redbirds on the board.
And, we talked about their size, and I could see where they're going to try to maybe pound the ball inside and see if we can defend that.
Hanley brings the ball up over top, looks inside to Lard, decides not to feed her inside, hands it off to Wardle. Wardle looks to drive, swings it across court to Breitbach, who gets it back up top to Daly. Daly drives strong, goes right to the hoop, does a nice move inside, picks up a foul on her way. Foul was on number 25, Lane Jackson. That'll be her first, team's first. And Biz Daly will go to the line to shoot two. Daly misses the first. Daly hits the second.
And again, after the make, there's that full court pressure.
Bennett with the ball. Swings at the 33, Youngquist. Youngquist, nice feed inside to number 10, Vanderschraff, who gets her first bucket of the game. Wardle with the ball, his nice cross-court pass, just splits her teammates and ball goes out of bounds. She does an excellent job of penetrating and able to draw the defense in and kicking the ball across court. That time just wasn't able to find her teammate.
That is definitely her game. Just kind of noticing with Metamora, 33 Youngquist, who's a 5'9" sophomore. Looks like she's going to handle the ball quite a bit. And she's a good, strong player and handles the ball well. And made a really nice pass the last time down for a layup.
And a great work by Daly there, getting after the ball, getting the forced turnover and drawing a foul on number 25, Lane Jackson. That'll be her second, team's second, and that'll bring us to our first media timeout of the game. Again, that was Biz Daly there with the steal right at half court, and drawing the foul there on Lane Jackson, her second. I'm sure that Coach Davis won't be happy getting her into foul trouble here early in the game.
No, that's always a factor. And but what I look at, which is on a positive side for the Irish, is that's the second steal that Daly's had in the first 3+ minutes of this game. So very aggressive on defense, and she's looking to do some things that she probably couldn't have done a year ago.
Right.
And I've talked about this at different times that we've been on the air. I know how hard Biz Daly has worked and what she's done, and it's really paying off for her. And if she continues to improve, she's going to be a really good player for us in the next couple of years.
Absolutely. After the media timeout, it'll be Irish ball, their side of the court. Breitbach will inbound it for the Irish. Ball comes into Hanley, swings it over to Wardle. Wardle gets it to Breitbach on the far side of the court.
That's a tough matchup for Mary with Youngquist on her, who's very aggressive and
a nice feed inside from Wardle to Daly. Daly picks up her second and third point of the game.
And again, as you mentioned earlier, that's what Maya Wardle does. And the fact that we have kids now who are able to catch that ball and finish is really a positive.
Youngquist has the ball, gets it back to number 1, Mallory Bennett, to set up the offense. Bennett swings it to 30, Ella Stivers, who great feed inside to number 10, just couldn't finish inside. Nice look from Stivers inside. And here's Wardle with another great feed underneath the basket to Sammy Lard, and Lard will pick up her first basket of the game. Another great feed from Wardle.
And what's impressive about that again is that is what Maya Wardle. As soon as she gets the ball, her first thing is she's looking up. She's looking down the floor. She's surveying everything. And the other kids have figured out, if I sprint, there's a good chance she's going to get the ball to me and I got a layup. And Sammy did a wonderful job. First of all, Sammy can run. And so, you always tell kids sprint down the floor, good things happen, and she sprinted. But the fact she caught it, gathered herself, and finished is really a nice thing to see.
Absolutely. Transition buckets right now for the Irish is really what's been driving this team in their 6-0 run for the first third of the season here. Metamora is certainly going to have to, and I'm sure this is a lot of what Coach Davis talked about in that timeout. They're going to have to get back on defense. They're going to have to transition on defense quickly.
Yeah, they first of all, they got to take care of the basketball. And it seems like once they get it in the hands of Youngquist and get things going, they're able to get the ball down the floor. Then they're going to have to score to maybe be able to create some full court pressure themselves and maybe get some easy baskets.
Again, the Irish defense continuing to create havoc inside for the Redbirds, but nice shot and three ball for number 33, Cameron Youngquist, picking up her first points of the game. A nice timely three for Youngquist.
And that's a tough break for Notre Dame on defense. They did a lot of good things in that possession. The ball ended up in the hands of Youngquist, but to her credit, she knocked the shot down.
A little too much on the pass from Viz Daly inside to Lard and just went over her fingertips and out of bounds. Checking in for the Irish, number 11, Ellie Bear. Nice pressure from the Irish, but the Redbirds do a nice job of breaking that press. But again, looking to move quickly to the hoop. Redbirds
and
travel and
sometimes
turn the ball over.
And that's what that pressure will do. It just speeds you up just enough that it'll create you to do a mistake because you're doing something you don't necessarily want to do. Another great feed.
The shot was just off for Sammy Lard, and here come the Redbirds back the other way. Ball's in Youngquist's hand. Ball swung to Bennett at the top of the key. Mallory Bennett assesses the situation, gets it to Youngquist on the far end of the court. Swings it to Stivers. Stivers not like wanted somebody to cut, and there's Bennett in the lane. Bennett gets tied up by Biz Daly, and we have a jump ball, and the ball will go to the Irish. Again, Daly on the ball.
Just, again, the pass goes inside. She's got herself in a place where she couldn't do much because you had the 6-footer Biz Daly exactly where she's supposed to be, and she's helping on defense.
Number 13, Jillian Sander checks in for the Irish, along with well, I know there was one coming in for the Redbirds, but I may have missed that number there, so I'll check that. Nice feed inside, and looked like a nice block from Biz Daly, but I think there's too much contact in the body underneath. Foul was definitely on Daly, her first, team's first, number 23. Hannah Yoder will go to line to shoot 2 shots.
Makes the first one.
First free throw is good for Yoder.
And you're right, looking at that replay, I think Biz was just on the move, and just by her moving and Yoder taking the ball to the basket, it created that contact.
Second free throw is off. Nice rebound to Daly, and she'll get it to Wardle, who's moving up quickly. Nice screen from Hanley. Ball swung to Daly. Daly looks inside, doesn't like what she sees. Hands off to Bear. A nice move for Bear, and the floater is good in the lane. Ellie Bear gets her first 2 points of the game.
Excellent move and a good finish.
Nice pressure for the Irish. Just a little too much from Ellie Bear, and she'll pick up her first foul of the game. Team's second. Youngquist, Tim bound the ball. Nice hustle from Wardle, tips the ball out of bounds, and we'll do it again. With 1:31 left here in the first quarter, the Irish are leading the Redbirds 11-8.
Again, I was just going to say 23. Yoder for Metamora, she's looking to set a pick, and I said if she just turns around, she's going to get the ball, and she just turned around and she got the ball, and that was a. You just have to adjust from what your design play might be to what the defense is going to give you.
Right. Nice feed inside. Ball just got poked away. Maya Wardle hustling down. Nice little jumper. Good.
And that was a good look inside by Metamora, but just a split second late, and Elizabeth Hanley did a very nice job of getting a hand on the basketball.
I tell you, if you get a pass anywhere close to her, she's going to get a handle on it. Nice look inside. Stivers wanted to get it up. She just didn't have a good look at the basket. And again, there is Biz Daly with another strong rebound, and here we come the other way.
And I tell you, Biz got that rebound because 33, Youngquist was fighting like crazy for position. Elizabeth Hanley just would not give it to her, and that was an excellent move by Elizabeth.
Nice move inside for Daly. Shot just didn't fall. And number 10, Izzy Vandertraff, will check back in for Metamora, giving Stivers a little break here. Bennett with the ball near the top of the key. Swings it to number 12.
Good help by
nice
Hanley.
Feed inside. Nice feed inside.
We probably caught a little break on that foul there because she was in a pretty good position to go up.
I didn't catch who that foul was on, but we'll get that for you here in a second. Youngquist with the ball, swings it to number 35, Maddie Sheets. Sheets with the ball, gets it to number 12. 12 swings it to number 10. Long three for Youngquist, and it's good.
Well, one thing, if nothing, I figured out this quarter so far is if you're Notre Dame, you better know where number 33 is. That's two shots she's knocked down, and she looked like she shot the ball before. She looked pretty darn good there.
That is two shots, 2 threes, and she's starting off strong. We're back, folks. It'll be Irish ball to get things going here in the second quarter.
I don't know what I stepped on, but it crunched. Hope somebody wasn't missing their lunch. Let's go this way.
I think it is Metamora ball because there was a jump ball in that quarter.
It is Metamora ball. That is my mistake. Olivia Taylor to inbound it, gets it to Youngquist. And I think they're going to try to get into Youngquist's hands more often.
Yeah, again, I'm not real smart, but if I'm Metamora, I want the ball in Youngquist's hands, and if I'm Notre Dame, I don't want the ball in Youngquist's hands because she's a very nice player.
That's a nice strong move into the middle there from Maddie Sheets. Did a good job picking up the foul. Foul was on Elizabeth Hanley. That'll be her first, team's fourth. And Sheets will shoot 2 shots. First free throw is good for Sheets. And number 10, Mary Breitbach, will check back in for the Irish, giving number 3, Chloe Carpenter, a break. Second free throw is good for Sheets, and with that basket, the Redbirds have tied it up here as we approach the 7.5-minute mark in the second quarter. Wardle with the long three, just off the mark. Sheets gets the long rebound, gets it to Youngquist, and we're coming back the other way. Taylor with the ball, gets it inside, kicks it out to Sheets. Sheets, shot rolls in and out. Wardle with the ball coming back quickly, swings it long cross court, and the three ball is good for Mary Breitbach.
Mary has shot the ball well all year, and it's nice to see it continue.
Nice hustle there from Daly, almost tips it away, but Youngquist was able to fight it away. Youngquist will set things up here for the Redbirds.
Good help by Biz. Metamora does a nice job running their offense. They have cutters. They look to go back door.
Strong move from Youngquist inside, gets two. Wardle with the ball, gets it to free throw line extended, looks to drive. And shot's good. She'll go to line for the three-point play. Nice move from Wardle through the lane. I thought she might pass it off, but that nice floater of hers that she has drew the foul, and she'll look to complete that three-point play.
Yeah, it looks like as we came out this quarter that Maya's a little more, the mindset she's going to look to score a little bit more initially now.
Free throw's good, and Wardle completes that three-point play. And again, she's going to be a threat no matter what she does with the ball.
That's right.
Whether she's passing or attempting to score, she is. You can't take a play off when you're guarding her. Nice defense again from Mary Breitbach, poking that ball away, forcing the Redbirds to reset with the sidelines out of bound play.
So the Irish did not come out in a full court man-to-man that time after they made free throws. So I'm not sure if they're looking to change things just to prevent the transition baskets by Metamora, if it was just a one-time thing. But I think the pressure is so key to their success on offense.
Nice defense from Bear, forcing Bennett to go back the other way. Nice move inside, nice pass down under. And Van der Straff was not able to complete the layup, and the Irish come back the other way. Daly with the ball, swings it down under to Bear. Nice move from Bear. Wasn't able to complete the layup. Nice rebound from Lard. Again, the layup is off. And we'll come back. Redbirds, Youngquist has it. She looks to attack. Wall of Irish stopped her quickly. Ball is swung under to Stivers. On the baseline, she swings it out to Sheets. Sheets gets it up to Bennett. Coach Hill looks happy with what he's seeing on the court right now, encouraging his girls from the sideline.
Good, solid defense. We're not losing our discipline and reaching and trying to do things we're not capable of doing. We're just moving our feet, showing help.
That's a great move from number one, Mallory Bennett. Didn't like what she saw across the court, spun back with the left hand and just attacked.
Made a very nice move. That was nothing wrong defensively.
Nice reverse from Daly. The shot just wasn't there. But there's Maya Wardle just tracking down the ball. And a nice feed down under to Daly. Daly finishes. And that, folks, will take us to our second media timeout here. Our only media timeout here in the second quarter. And with 4:37 left here in the quarter, the Irish lead 21-17 over Metamora. Mike, additional thoughts here as we are approaching the midway point in the second quarter.
Just the key for us has been transition baskets more than anything else. Is the more we're able to push the ball down the floor, and our kids are sprinting well without the basketball. And they figured out just in the short period of time playing with Maya Wardle is if you run the floor and you get to a spot, she will find you and she'll get the ball to you. She's very unselfish, very skilled. We're just seeing the pass here to Daly. And then the fact that Daly was able to catch it, set herself, let the defense fly by her, and finish is a very good sign for the progress that she's made and will continue to make.
Just the patience once they get that ball. It comes so quickly that the defense is not, they just don't have the time to react. on a Wardle pass. That they know they don't have to rush it. They can get their feet set, go up for a strong layup. And if they do close out, often it's resulting in a foul.
That's right.
And again, Biz Daly doing a fantastic job underneath the basket, making that layup and giving them a 4-point lead here.
And again, with Wardle, she not only gets them the ball when they're open, but she gets it to them in a spot that they can do something with it. And she knows who she's throwing the ball to. I remember somebody a long time ago saying the best pass you can make is a completed pass, and it's going to be completed when that's part of both the passer and the catcher. And the passer's got to know who they're throwing it to, and then the catcher's got to do their part in receiving the ball. But Maya makes it easy for him. She'd be fun to play with. If you like to score, she'd be a great teammate to have.
Absolutely. So Taylor with the ball, looking for help, swings it out. Bennett with the ball, again looking for help. She looks to attack, but there's Lard shutting it down. And again, pass inside is intercepted from Daly, and we're coming back the other way. Wardle swings it up to Lard. Lard with a nice jumper off the mark. Nice rebound from number 13, Jillian Sander. She goes up strong and draws the foul. Nice work from Sander down underneath the basket.
And the shot by Sammy Lard there, that's a great shot. You'll take that shot. She's got to take it. She'll eventually be making that shot.
Free throw's just off the mark for Sanders. She'll get one more. Second free throw's off the mark, and Redbirds coming back the other way, looking to push it. Youngquist doesn't like what she sees, swings it across court to Taylor. Taylor feeds inside to Bennett, and that ball's kicked out to Stivers. Stivers' long shot's off the mark, and we're
excellent offensive rebound there.
Bennett struggling to get what she wants up top, and she kicks it out to Taylor. Taylor swings it to Youngquist, and again, another tipped pass is received by the Irish, and they just can't convert. Number 23, Hannah Yoder, checking back in for the Redbirds. And here comes Mallory Bennett bringing the ball up for the Redbirds. Taylor with the ball, looks to penetrate, swings it out, gets it to number 10, Vanderschaff. Vanderschaff looking to take advantage of a mismatch underneath, gets it out to Bennett. On a wide open, Stivers in the middle, decides not to shoot, kicks it back out to Vanderschaff. Feeds Bennett. Bennett with a nice try on an unbalanced shot, misses. And number 23, Hannah Yoder, gets a nice rebound, goes right back up with it, and draws a foul.
And again, good defense on the part of the Irish that time, but the drive to the basket, if you give somebody that lane to the basket, that creates an opportunity for an offensive rebound, and that's exactly what happened there.
Absolutely.
And Yoder did a great job in not only getting the rebound, but putting the ball back in the basket.
Absolutely. She made that basket. She'll go for the three-point play here, which she did complete.
Hey, we don't want to get in a free throw shooting contest with this team. They haven't missed too many, have they?
No, they have not. Matter of fact, I think they're 4 for 5 right now here in the first half. Tight pass there, and it's strong. Oh,
I kind of thought.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if she had possession, but yep, they called Sander for the travel. But great job and hustle from Sander, squeaking through the middle there to try to corral that ball and get the shot off. Just one too many steps. And here comes Bennett back the other way. Bennett calling for a screen. Gets it to Taylor. Taylor down under. And a nice move underneath the hoop for Hannah Yoder. Yoder certainly making herself a presence in this quarter, getting her 5th point. Fourth and 5th point.
She's been a real factor in this
Absolutely.
game.
6 points here in the first half for Hannah Yoder. Nice feed underneath. Lard looking to make a move underneath. She didn't like what she saw, and Sammy kicks it back out to Wardle. Wardle looks to drive, swings it back out. Gets inside to Sammy Lard, who has a nice little jump shot off the glass.
You know, Metamora did a good job of doubling Maya, making her give the ball up, and Sammy made them pay. And that's what they have to do. If the other kids are going to score, it's going to be harder to double team
Absolutely.
Maya.
And with that, the Irish take the lead back. They're up 23-22 with just under 2 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Nice look inside from Stivers at 23. Ball gets kicked back out to number 10, Vanderschaft. Ball gets cross court to Bennett. Bennett swings it back to Stivers. Stivers back to Vanderschaft. Gets it out to Taylor. Taylor to Bennett. The long three is off the mark. Tipped around, and Wardle gets the rebound. And you know we're going to come back quickly. Wardle with a beautiful fake shot turns into a pass down to number 23, Elizabeth Hanley, and Hanley gets the bucket.
And just another example, kids running without the basketball and getting ahead of the ball. You don't ever want to run behind the ball when you're on offense.
Right.
They get ahead, and Maya's going to find you.
I think everybody thought Maya was going to take that shot.
Yes.
And just found that.
I did.
I was getting ready to call Wardle for three, but that was a beautiful pass down there to Hanley and a nice layup for Hanley down underneath.
And I have no idea how Elizabeth Hanley got so open on that particular play. Maybe she just outran who's ever guarding her, or just a little miscommunication. I don't know.
Here's that nice shot right inside the lane from Sammy Lard, using the glass as her momentum was taking her very quickly. And here's that good look from Wardle. Looks like she's going to shoot, and just as that defense collapsed on her, did a nice job of feeding Hanley.
Yeah, looking at that again, that's exactly what happened. And I think there was a little confusion on who was going to guard who, and they kind of got caught in no man's land. And if you do that, Maya's going to make you pay.
So Taylor will inbound the ball here. Gets it to Bennett. Taylor swings around, looks to drive. A nice feed inside, but there's Sammy Lard showing incredible athleticism to get that ball tipped, and although it went out of bounds, she certainly shut that play down.
She really did, because she was open. That pass was to an open player, and Sammy flew out of nowhere and made a nice play.
33, Youngquist checks back in for the Redbirds, along with number 34, Biz Daly for the Irish. Long shot for the Redbirds. It's off the mark, and there's Sammy Lard with a strong rebound, just fighting for it and getting it. Nice pass cross court from Wardle to Bear. Bear kicks it out to Sammy Lard, who gets it back to Wardle. Wardle looks to drive. Nice pass inside to Lard. Lard steps back. Referee thought it was one too many steps, and we have a travel violation.
Tough break. I couldn't see it, but the official had, he's right there, so I'm not going to question that at all. But again, a good play.
I do enough arguing when I coach. I'm just going to let him do his job tonight, and I'll do this.
I wouldn't want their job, so
no, thank you.
No.
Redbirds still struggling to get the ball inside. Nice defense from Bear. And there's a nice shot underneath from number 30, Ella Stivers. I know they've been trying to get her more involved in this game, and that was a great look inside. She finished, drew the foul. Foul was on Maya Wardle, her first team's sixth foul.
Maybe I jinxed him at the line. What do you think? Talking him up, but
that was a great move inside from
excellent.
Stivers.
Because she's been kind of quiet. Sammy Lard, time ran out, but another great rebound by Sammy.
And again, Stivers on that move there. I don't know if we can get that replay here quick, but it was a wonderful move from Stivers underneath. And I'm telling you, if you leave her alone, you'll pay for it. She is far too talented to have that quiet of a half, and she'll hurt you if you don't keep her body on Stivers. And that'll conclude the first half, and it's a game much like we thought it would be. Coach Langhoff coming by right now, local celebrity right here in Peoria, Notre Dame. But our first half was much like we thought it would be. It'd be a grind. And first half scored, Notre Dame 25, Metamora 24. Initial thoughts?
To me, it's fun. This is a very well played sophomore game. We had some turnovers early. Both teams trying to figure out what the other team was doing defensively, so we kind of throwing the ball around a little bit. But once teams have settled in, it's kind of a matchup of we're trying to pressure and get the ball out and get the transition baskets, and they're more of trying to pound the ball inside, and both teams are doing a pretty good job of both of those. So it's just gonna be a matter of who can exert their will maybe a little bit more than their opponent, and whether it be the transition for the Irish or the inside game for Metamora. But at this point, it's pretty much what I'd hoped it was going to be, and this is a lot of fun to watch.
Well, we'll take a minute here to watch our cheerleaders in action, who are probably far more entertaining than either Mike or me.
That kind of hurts my feelings, but I have to agree with you. These girls.
Don't let your bones, muscles, or joints slow you down. At Midwest Orthopedic Center, we're experts at helping people of all ages relieve pain and restore function so you can get the most out of life. Midwest Orthopedic Center, proud to be the viewer's choice.
All right, listen. Right now is the time that we have to sign up and become part of the YouTube channels so that we can continue having these wonderful sports contests shown to us. Please sign up. I don't know if that's going to do it or not. All right, so I forgot 2 things on my video. One, here come the Irish. And then I also forgot, let's go!
Asking you about the YouTube channel. What do you think?
You're doing? It's great. It's great. I love the YouTube channel. I'm teaching.
Suscríbete al canal de Nuestra Señora de Notre Dame para que puedas ver todos los juegos. No te lo pierdas.
Asking you about the YouTube channel. What do you think?
doing? It's great. It's great. I love the YouTube channel. I'm teaching.
All right, we're back here for the second half. Again, great first half here as the Notre Dame Irish are leading the Redbirds 25-24. My partner, Mike Plunkett, joining me again now. Mike, first half thoughts again. We thought it was a great first half, and as we look at the scoring, we notice that both teams balanced across the board. We saw a strong first quarter, actually first half from Cameron Youngquist. She hit the 2 threes to get things going for the Redbirds, and then picked up another basket, and she's leading her team in scoring with 8. And then Hannah Yoder has also chipped in 6 for her team, and then several other players with 2 apiece, whether it's Mallory Bennett, Izzy Vanderschaaf, I think Ella Stivers got that bucket, and then Maddie Sheets has a couple of free throws. And that, again, all unofficial scoring here, but I think that rounds out their scoring. But pretty balanced for them.
It is, and you can tell, they're trying to get the ball in. It seemed like a lot of times trying to get it in, but then we see Youngquist step out 2 times and knock down 3s and looked really good shooting the ball. So we'll see if they make any adjustments as far as how they want to attack this tough man-to-man defense that the Irish are playing right now. And then again on the Notre Dame side, it's been a matter of getting the ball. Our best offense obviously is let's get the ball in the hands of Maya Wardle and let her make decisions, and she makes great decisions.
Well, here we go. We're starting the second half. Irish start with the ball. Wardle looks inside, strong move, a nice couple of passes on the interior. Shots off for Daly. Irish look to save it. A nice move from Mary Breitbach to just tip the ball off of Mallory Bennett there on the sidelines, and the Irish will retain possession.
Yeah, Mary's just a very heady player, knows what she's doing and does it well.
Oh, the ball comes right back to Breitbach, and Breitbach again. Let's get things going here in the second half, and she hits a 3 to get things rolling. Bennett with the ball, swings it on the far side to number 10, Vanderschaaf. Vanderschaaf gets it to Stivers, who had a nice pass inside to number 25, Jackson. The shot just didn't fall for Jackson, and the Irish come back the other way. Daly feeds inside to Lard, who was off kilter, was able to get the pass out to Wardle. Wardle will set things back up. Wardle
Yeah,
gets it to Breitbach. Sorry?
The fact that Lard was just able to catch that ball and keep her balance and keep it in our possession is just a very good athletic play. Nice decision by Elizabeth Hanley.
Kick out to Biz Daly. Biz with a nice floater, and the basket is good. Biz Daly picking up her first 2 points in the second half.
Looks like the Irish have come out into a 2-3 zone to start this half.
And that's what we talked about there at halftime. You can't leave Youngquist open, and she'll get her first bucket of the second half. A nice 3-ball for Cameron Youngquist. Shots off for the Irish, and the ball will come back the other way. Here's a nice replay for Breitbach on that opening 3-pointer here in the second half. Here comes Bennett, dribbling down, gets it into the hands of Lane Jackson, who gets it to Youngquist, who drives hard, gets her own rebound off the layup. And there is Stivers underneath the basket, getting the rebound and putting it back. As we mentioned before, you don't leave Stivers unattended. She'll make you pay.
Well, again, after being quiet for the majority of the first half, at least offensively, she scored in the half, and now she got an early bucket here in the second half. So, very nice-looking player.
Number 13, Jillian Sander, checking in for the Irish, giving Sammy Lard a breather.
And again, these Metamora kids, we're just talking at halftime. The Metamora kids have, a lot of them from the Germantown area that I believe some of these kids or maybe most of them played for state championship team, or not, if I'm not mistaken, or they played in the state championship. So they're used to winning, and they're talented, and it's carrying over into the high school level.
Nice drive and jumper from Maya Wardle. The shot's off, but Elizabeth Hanley does a fantastic job of hustling it down, and Coach Hill takes a timeout. 30-second timeout. But back to your point, yes, a lot of these Redbird girls are from that Germantown area, and they have an incredible program there. And if they're not in the state championship, they're always contending for it, and that's why I won't schedule them because they're tough.
They are good. Well, I'll go back a lot of years, because my daughter, who's now 28, and when she was playing AYBT as a youngster, and I was coaching her, and the Germantown program was just kind of getting started at that time. And every year it's just gotten better and better. And this was, not the grade school. Then the grade school started getting better. And then, magically the high schools get better. It's just amazing
Absolutely.
how that works.
How that transition happens there.
And the coaching staff of the high school, they must do a wonderful job of working with these grade schools, because just the transition they make into the high school. And they've got a good thing going. I always enjoy watching Metamora play, unless I'm on the other bench coaching, because they're not easy to play against.
Nice move from Biz Daly through the lane, just
trying to do a little too much.
And travel violation, and Redbirds will come back from our right to our left. Mallory Bennett with the ball. Mary Breitbach guarding. Youngquist with the ball looks.
She thought about it.
She thought about it, gets the ball to Stivers. Stivers swings it back to Bennett. Back to Stivers. Stivers looks to drive. Nice move through the lane. Shot just fell short. Nice rebound for Sander. Here comes Wardle. Nice feed inside. Breitbach with the jumper just off the mark. Youngquist with another rebound. Youngquist feeds ahead to Stiver, and a nice block for Biz Daly.
At the last offensive possession, I'm seeing Stivers coming out right now. She was gimping around just a little bit. I hope she just tweaked something and didn't do anything, because, again, she's a nice player, and I just saw to tip her out right now, and maybe a little, she might have maybe rolled it or stepped on somebody's foot, it looks like. But
so prior to this break here, number 23, Hannah Yoder will check in following the break, 23, Hannah Yoder will be checked in for the Redbirds. And then on the other side for the Irish, Ellie Bear and Sam Millard will be checking in for the Irish. So yes, Hannah Yoder for the Redbirds, and Ellie Bear and Sam Millard checking in for the Irish. The freshman St. Thomas connection for the Irish. And
Yeah, there's not a lot of freshmen, but the ones that we have are certainly quality.
yes, a lot of talent here on this JV team, and folks, coming up next, we want to remind you that we have Centennials varsity here who will play the Irish varsity. It will be another fantastic game. And this is a media timeout, so you notice these media timeouts will typically run 90 seconds unless both coaches send their players out to the floor sooner, and referees will typically let play start sooner. So Youngquist inbound the ball, gets it to Bennett. Bennett guarded by Bear. Nice move from Bennett into the lane, kicks it out. Number 25, Jackson with a nice move through the lane, shots off, and Maya Wardle brings it back the other way. Nice screen from Daly. Daly looks to drive. Called for another travel violation. I didn't see it on that one. I was kind of blocked.
Yeah, just a little indecision, I think. And you know, sometimes if the officials maybe are not looking at the feet and they just see the body going, you know, different directions, they may make that call. But again, it may have happened. I didn't get a good look.
Bennett with the ball, looks inside. Strong defense underneath from Lard, and Jackson wasn't able to convert. Wardle bringing it back the other way. Strong move, goes up. I think she realized she was being overplayed by a defender and was able to draw the foul there. I think it was on number 10. Izzy Vanderschaff, her second team's first, and Maya Wardle will go to the line to shoot 2 shots.
And Maya's got the presence to know that let's finish it up with the shot and get 2 shots. Don't just stop on the play.
First free throw is good for Wardle. Second free throw is good for Wardle as well. And with that, that takes the Irish to 32-29 over the Redbirds here as we approach the 3.5-minute mark here in the third quarter. Nice defense from Sammy Lard to poke the ball out of bounds. The ball will stay with the Redbirds as number 30, Ella Stivers, and number 35, Maddie Sheets, both check back in for Metamora.
It is nice to see Stivers back in, so whatever she did, it was just a little tweak and nothing too bad. So,
absolutely. Inbounds pass just a little out of reach of Jackson, but she was able to corral it, get the ball back into Youngquist's hands. Youngquist swings it over to Vanderschaff, who gets it to Jackson, who swings over to Stivers. Strong move from Stivers, but she's able to draw the foul, and I believe it'll be number 21, Sammy Lard. That is Sammy Lard's first foul, team's first of the second half. Ella Stivers at the line, first free throw is good. Second free throw is off for Stivers, and Biz Daly gets the rebound, and the Irish are coming back the other way. Breitbach with the ball, guarded by Youngquist. And Ellie Bear gets called for the travel.
Just got a little ahead of herself.
Yeah. Some happy feet for the Irish right now. They just need to settle down a little bit, realize they had the lead, and I think both teams are a little excited right now. Youngquist with the ball. Gets over to Vanderschaff. To Stivers, back to Vanderschaff. Ball swung over to number 35, Maddie Sheets. And we have a 3-second violation called, I believe, on number 35, Maddie Sheets. Oh, no, it was on number 30, Ella Stivers.
You just don't see 3 seconds very often. So
no.
If it's called, they've usually been in there for a while.
Wardle goes to Breitbach. Breitbach with a nice feed inside. Sammy Lard goes up strong. Shots just off the mark.
Nice catch and gather by
25,
Sammy.
Lane Jackson. Yeah, it was a nice catch and shoot. Sheets with the ball. Sheets gets the ball to number 10, nice defense from Breitbach, poking the ball away from Youngquist, and Wardle comes back the other way. Breitbach looks to shoot, gets it back to Wardle. Nice drive from Wardle, just off the mark. And Youngquist with a nice rebound. And another travel violation. Some nice sportsmanship there from Julian Sander to help number 25, Lane Jackson, off the floor. And we'll go into a little commercial break here, folks.
Suscríbete al canal de Nuestra Señora de Notre Dame para que puedas ver todos los juegos. No te lo pierdas.
Yes, folks, it truly doesn't matter what language we are asking you in. Please subscribe to the YouTube page. Lord knows I'm not multilingual. I know one language, and that's pretty pathetic of me.
And we are barely fluent in that one.
Yeah, and I'm struggling with that language right now. But we'd like to thank the sister for doing that commercial, and thank our phenomenal technician here, Mike Baer, for getting these commercials not only recorded but airing them and making us and giving us 10 seconds of a breather. Jillian Sander to inbound the ball, gets it to Maya Wardle. Sander was playing, I think, a fantastic game.
She's given a lot of really good minutes. All the kids really have tonight.
Right.
I don't know that. I mean, this is a highly competitive game, and
right.
you either step up or you're going to really be left behind, and all these kids have stepped up.
And double dribble violation there on Biz Daly. And again, I don't want to overlook that fantastic pass from Sammy Lard as the ball is trailing out of bounds. Her athleticism to get it and control it back to her teammate. Sheets with the ball. Swings it over to Youngquist. Breitbach on Youngquist. Youngquist looks to drive, hopefully taking advantage of the mismatch, but Breitbach doing a great job of defense on Youngquist.
Our defense is very sound right now. Nobody is gambling. They're not reaching. They're ready to help.
And again, great defense all around, but that was good work from Daly with Lard there ready to help and forcing a travel violation.
And when you shut down that passing lane and the ball handler picks the ball up, that's going to create some traveling, and that's what happened that time.
Lard with the ball, skips it over to Biz Daly, who swings it back to Breitbach. Breitbach, nice shot fake. Gets Youngquist up in the air. Unfortunately, the rebound.
That ball probably might have touched four people, and it ended up out of bounds. Metamora should have had the initial rebound, didn't get it, and
just couldn't get two hands on it.
Sometimes that round thing is hard to pick up. Breitbach with an excellent steal and a feed.
Breitbach and feed to Sammy Lard, who goes up strong and gets another two. Nice feed from Breitbach there.
Another one by
nice
Mary.
Steal. Mary Breitbach with another steal, goes up strong, shots off. And Redbirds couldn't hold on to it. Number 1, Mallory Bennett checking back in for the Redbirds, giving number 33, Cameron Youngquist, a breather here with about 36 seconds left in the quarter. I don't suspect she'll be out long.
No, you're right. Give them that last 30 seconds, give them that minute at the quarter break, and she ought to be ready to go.
Biz Daly looks to make a nice, strong move to the hoop, just couldn't hold on to the ball, and it'll go back the other way. Number 10, Izzy Vanderschaaf, checks in for the Redbirds.
As a matter of fact, I thought Youngquist might come back for this final possession, just for one last shot, being the good shooter that she is. But I think the rest is probably more important
for
right
the fourth quarter in this tight game. Elizabeth Hanley did check in, and there's a great steal from Sammy Lard and a good look inside. Maya Wardle wasn't able to convert the layup. Nice skip pass to Mary Breitbach. Puts the ball up for three, just off the mark. Sammy Lard there again, fighting for the rebound. Jump ball, who will send it the Redbirds' way. 19.1 left on the clock. There's Bennett struggling with the ball and free throw line extended. Is able to get it out to Stivers. Stivers who swings it. Gets it over to number 25, which falls off the mark, and that'll bring us to the end of the third quarter with Notre Dame leading 34-30 over the Redbirds. It's been a great first 3 quarters right here.
And I look for it to continue this way. It just neither team can get any kind of distance. I think Metamora's maybe had a couple 1-point leads, and as soon as they score, we're able to come back down and take the lead right back. And then we expanded a little bit, and they seem to just stick around. So I think it's going to be this way all the way through.
I do have a scoring update from the sophomore JV game for PND boys. They are winning 21-19 at halftime, and I believe they are in Champaign playing Centennial right now.
They're playing Centennial. So that's and you know we've talked about this when our boys are here in this gym playing games, but every team in our conference can play.
Right.
The boys are the schedule is unbelievable. They're all good. We saw Champaign Central here the other night. Now with Centennial tonight, and we know every time you go out, there's going to be a battle.
Right. So it'll be Irish ball coming out for the fourth quarter. Wardle will inbound it, gets it to Breitbach. Irish up 34-30. Wardle looks to drive, kicks it out to Daly. Daly over to Hanley. Hanley gets it back to Wardle, and we'll reset things. Nice shot from Wardle. It's short, and she draws the foul.
She was hit.
That foul was on number 25, Lane Jackson. That'll be her third, team's second, I believe. And Wardle's at the line. Wardle hits the first.
Shooting free throws is 4. Maya Wardle.
Second one rolls around, hits every part of the rim and in for Maya Wardle. Number 23, Hannah Yoder, checks back in for the Redbirds as Wardle sets up for her third free throw. And that is good, completing the rare 3 free throws.
And that's another thing that makes Maya so effective is she's going to be your primary ball handler and probably going to get fouled, particularly late in the game when it's a tight game like this, and Maya's going to step up and make free throws.
And with the 7-point lead with 7.5 left to go in the fourth quarter, the Irish went right into four-court pressure. A strong move down the lane, down the right side of the lane there from number 10, Izzy Vanderschaft. She gets that nice layup there.
That was an outstanding move. Good strength. Extended, got away from the defense and finished.
Wardle looking to drive. Cross court over to Biz Daly. Biz looks to drive as well. Swings, kicks it back out to Wardle. Maya Wardle resets the offense. And there's a nice drive off the glass, just off the mark for Wardle.
There's Lard again fighting for the ball.
Just doing enough to get it to her teammate. And nice jump shot and finish for Mary Breitbach.
Mary will just look at you.
Yep.
Little bitty Mary look at you and just put a dagger in you.
Yeah, just kill you right as she's looking at you. Irish continuing their full court pressure. Yoder with the ball, swings it back up, gets it to number 12, Taylor. Taylor backs it out, gets it over to Bennett. Bennett looks to drive, kicks it. Back over to 23, Yoder. The shot's blocked, and here comes Wardle back the other way. Wardle's not wasting any time right now. It's a nice screen from Lard. Ball's fed inside. Lard goes up, just off the mark. I tell you, she's working hard today. They're just not falling for her.
She is. She's
Sammy
working very
is
hard.
working very hard today. There's a nice look inside from Daly to get it to her. Long shot for number 10, Izzy Vanderschraff.
She wasn't sure she wanted to shoot the ball, and she looked like she's a very good shooter.
I tell you, right now she has all 5 points for the Redbirds here in the fourth quarter.
And, this went from our possession where if we score, they're probably looking at calling a timeout. They score, and it's a 4-point game again, knocked down to 3. So that's how quick things can turn. But this is a good opportunity right here.
Nice rebound from Lard. Just hit the line, and it's coming back the other way. Number 13, Jillian Sander, checking in for the Irish. And number 25, Lane Jackson. Number 33, Cameron Youngquist, checking in for the Redbirds. And with that, I believe that will bring us to our fourth quarter media timeout here in this JV game. Again, with 4:58 left in the fourth, the Irish lead the Redbirds 39-35. So some of our highlights here, as you can see, the game has been full of them.
And I would imagine both coaches are welcoming this media break right now.
Absolutely.
To save their timeouts. It's a 4-point game. It's a battle. Kids have to be tired. Some of the critical players that play, I haven't seen some of these players come off the floor yet, and that's a lot of minutes in a pretty intense game.
Right.
So this has been a high-level JV game.
And again, I think right now the Irish JV certainly have a target on their back, coming in 6-0. This would be a nice win for the Redbirds against them, but Coach Hill and his girls are not going to go quietly here.
No, they're going to battle. They've got a little pride in what they're doing, and the other thing with somebody like Maya Wardle is she's a competitor. She's out there to win, and she's not just here to play. She wants to win games.
Right. So the ball comes in to Stivers, and there she is again. Ella Stivers with a nice finish.
And here we are now. It's a 2-point game. Anything can happen right now. Metamora's done a nice job keeping their composure. It was 37-30 and looking to go a little bit sideways for them, and they've regained and had knocked down a couple shots.
Nice strong move from Breitbach, who feeds Hanley. Nice look inside. Hanley kicks it back out to Daly, gets it back to Breitbach. Nice hedge on that screen. Breitbach gets it back to Wardle, and we're going to reset.
I'll tell him, Mallory Bennett from Metamora has one bucket, but just look at how hard she's working on defense. She runs the show on offense. She's really a good player. She's another one. You want to have that kind of kid on your team. She's just working as hard as she can on Maya Wardle, who's an excellent player. So sometimes these kids that don't get a lot of numbers in the book as far as points are still so valuable to their team.
Ball swings to Breitbach, who gets it over to Sander. Back to Breitbach. To Daly, to Wardle. Wardle with the ball, looks to drive. Nice kick to Sander. Sander with a little jumper on the baseline. Jillian Sander with
First
her
bucket of the
game. And critical right at that moment.
And Maya Wardle had enough confidence in her teammate to get her ball in a good spot, and Jillian just caught it and knocked it down.
Long pass down under to Stivers, just off the mark, but strong rebound for number 25, Lane Jackson, getting her second basket of the game. And ladies and gentlemen, we're having a little technical difficulty here with the scoreboard getting unplugged. For those of you familiar with the kitchen here, our gym has been flip-flopped. And the scoreboard and the players are typically sitting where normally our fans would be sitting, to give them more of a ability to be socially distanced. And so in an area where normally things aren't plugged in, we have a lot of traffic. And the scoreboard just unplugged. And now we're getting back into action. Notre Dame leading 41-39.
I can remember a day where if that would have happened, you would have had to come back in and re-enter everything in the scoreboard to get it up. So this is so nice to have modern technology. Is that what we call it? But at least technology.
Technology, period. Yes. So Breitbach with the ball, looks to drive, feeds Lard. Lard with a nice move inside. Does a good job drawing the foul there. Excellent move by Lard through the lane. Fouls on Mallory Bennett, her first. Team's third on that. And Coach Hill will take a 30-second timeout to reassess what he'd like to see his girls do. We're going to head into a commercial break right now.
Get the expert orthopedic care you need when you need it. Skip the ER and come to Midwest Ortho First. We're the area's only walk-in clinic for sprains, strains, and breaks. Midwest Ortho First at Midwest Orthopedic Center. Proud to be the viewer's choice.
So folks, you can see it right there on your screen. Notre Dame leading 41-39 over the Redbirds of Metamora. 2:56 left in the game, and that's pretty much how this game has gone. I think early in this quarter, Notre Dame was up by about 7.
We had that 7-point lead.
And again, this Redbird team will not go quietly. And a lot of talent on both sides of the court right now. This is going to come down to that final buzzer.
I think so. I just can't see there being much of a gap between these two teams. They've shown it the whole game, just how competitive they are. Somebody's going to knock down a big shot. Somebody's going to make a big play on defense. Something is going to happen there. But in the meantime, you have to take care of things up until that last part of the game and do things well.
Nice inbound pass to Breitbach, who gets it to Hanley. Hanley looking to go inside, but gets it back to Wardle. Wardle swings it to Breitbach. Breitbach looks to drive, gets it to Lard. Lard looks to feed inside. Gets it to Wardle. Wardle up top. Nice defense from the Redbirds on Wardle. Wardle with a nice feed to Daly.
Great defense by Metamora.
The ball was knocked around a little bit and forced into a jump ball. Will go the Redbirds' way.
I think we did what we wanted to do, had a nice pick and roll, but
Yep.
they had good help side defense, and they got a hand on the ball and came up with a loose ball.
Irish continuing the full court pressure right here.
Neither team's in the bonus right now. Not sure how close anybody is.
And that is, again, you know it's going to come. You expect it every time from Wardle, and there's that fantastic defense,
Right.
forcing forcing Vanderschaft into an error. And Vanderschaft has not made many of them today.
No, Vanderschaft's a very nice player. Maya Wardle just understands the game, and she'll make good plays on both ends of the floor.
Ball was tipped on the shot by Wardle, but again, there's number 21, Sammy Lard, just with a magnet for the ball.
I'd like to see stats at the end of the game, just see what her rebounding total is, and just loose balls.
Right.
Just how many of those she comes up with, and she just always seems to be around the basketball, and that's just being a great athlete.
Wardle with the ball, goes left. Nice screen from Daly. Tell you what, 25, Lane Jackson doing a nice job on defense on Wardle, keeping her out of the interior.
And that's not easy.
No.
And she's working very hard.
Again, we're approaching a minute and a half here. Notre Dame leading 41-39. Lard posting up right now. The ball goes cross court to Hanley. Nice move from Hanley underneath. Kicks it out, swings it to Daly, who gets it to Wardle. Wardle with a shot fake, pulls it back out.
And again, Wardle had the presence of mind to know, if this is earlier in the game, different situation, she knocked that 3 down on that ball reversal. Didn't at that time, just knowing you got to know the time and the score.
Nice. Oh, strong move by Daly, looking to feed it to Breitbach, was able to draw the foul. And Mallory Bennett responding to her coach's call for a foul.
I believe I
And
heard
that'll be-
Mr. Cummings say team 4th. Does
That'll
that
be
sound
the
right?
team's 4th foul.
So it's still going to take a couple fouls
Yeah.
to get us to the line. So this is a point where Metamora on
Right.
defense, you just belly up and you just get all over them. If the official calls a foul, then they call a foul. That's
Absolutely.
okay. If they don't, you might come out with a steal here. So what Coach Hill's got to be telling his kids is you got to be ready for contact. You got to be ready for anything. May not get called. You can't just take it for granted. It's going to get called. So you got to be very strong with the basketball.
Absolutely. Again, folks, coming up next, we have the Irish varsity girls welcoming the Chargers of Centennial. Again, it's an interesting season we have here, a short season. Different games get canceled here and there. We had a weather postponement earlier this week, and so we may not play the same teams as the JV on any given night. And so, again, we have welcomed the Redbirds from Metamora for the JV game, and then we'll welcome the Chargers from Centennial and Champaign for the varsity game.
And that's the name of the game this year. Is you just get the games in when you can. And as a matter of fact, this week for the Irish, they've already played twice. They play tonight and play again tomorrow. So that's a lot of basketball in 1 week.
Oh, I tell you, Hanley did a great job getting open and underneath. The shot wasn't there, and Wardle was looking for a tip on that ensuing play, but didn't get it. It'll be Redbird's ball coming back.
I think it might have gone off Maya's leg, if I'm not mistaken. There's Sammy Lard.
And they're looking to, and it looks like it'll be a foul on Lard. It'll be her second, team second.
And see, it's not a bad idea for us now to do a little fouling. Let them take 10 seconds off the clock and foul a little bit.
Absolutely.
And don't let them get into something they want to do.
Youngquist with the ball, looks to drive, kicks it out to number 25, Jackson. Jackson's in a little trouble, gets it out to Bennett. Benefit.
Now I would think about fouling if I'm Notre Dame. Don't make them start over again.
Right.
They still have to take the ball out.
Hanley with good defense. Bennett gets open. Nice move. Nice move by Stivers through the lane. Takes a kind of an awkward shot underneath, but still able to get it off, and she gets fouled.
And I would add, not fouling the shooter. Is not what I meant there. But I think every time if you foul them, you got to take the ball out. Now you run the risk of not getting the ball in bounds. And there's also that chance now they got to start over again to get in their offense.
Right.
So, if you got some fouls to give, you do that.
And then a nice free throw from Stivers, which will bring the Redbirds in within one here with almost 30 seconds left in the game. And I tell you, in a tight game like this, you don't want to let the other team, score with the clock stopped.
No, that's exactly right. When you're ahead, if you're gonna like we were talking about fouling there, and that's something you almost have to. I remember when I was coaching, we had to teach the girls how to foul when you have a lead and the other team's trying to do some things, and it sounds crazy. The girls say, "Why would we foul if we have a lead?" Well, you're stopping them from getting into any flow of their offense. And
right.
we had 4 fouls to give. That was only our 3rd foul, so we still have 3 more before we go in the bonus. So don't let them get settled in anything. Once that ball came back out here, it was about 40 seconds in, and I said this would be the time to foul.
Right.
Then you start over. Then you do it again if it's down to 30 seconds. You do it again and just see how that works out. But kids don't necessarily always understand that, particularly at this age.
Now Ella Stivers will return to the line to shoot the second of her 2 free throws after making the first, bringing the score within 1 for the Redbirds. Second free throw is good for Stivers.
Now Metamora is showing a little full court pressure for really the first time.
Ball was tipped by Vanderschaaf, and it'll stay with the Irish. 32 seconds left on the clock. Game tied, 41-41.
And again, Metamora can get away with a couple fouls yet, aren't they? At 14 fouls.
They're at 4. They've got 2 to give.
So I would, you don't want to foul a shooter. I'd foul right now.
Oh, and an offensive charge called on Biz Daly. Well, my job is to call the game, not to critique it, but that's a tough call.
I'd like to say, I'm not sure if she threw her arm or what the official saw, but might have happened. Again, what I always told my kids was, if the official calls it, it was a foul.
Yep. That's certainly always.
You don't have to agree with it.
Youngquist with the strong move, kicks it out to Vanderschaaf. Jackson. Stivers with the ball inside. Strong move, went everywhere but in. And Coach Hill, I believe, calls the timeout. I tell you, it's a wonderful move underneath by Ella Stivers. It just did not fall on.
I'm not sure how that didn't go in, to be honest with you. That was a great move. Great footwork. The pass was there. She made a tremendous move. It just didn't fall. If you're Metamora, you got to look at that and say, that's exactly what we would want here. Now what you're looking at again is if you're Metamora and you have a couple fouls to give, and I keep talking about the fouls, but unless there's a long pass and a shot, a couple dribbles and foul. Just don't foul a shooter and make it tough.
Right, right. And again, what do you believe Coach Hill is looking for here? I mean, are they setting up something for Wardle to drive and kick, unless she feels that they're anticipating that and she pulls up and hits a nice jumper? What do you expect? What do you expect out of the Irish here?
And that's what I think. We're gonna do everything in our power right now to get the ball to Maya, hopefully with the momentum going towards our basket. And she's quick with the ball and so good with the ball. You can cover a lot of distance in 5 seconds, so she can go a long ways. But Metamora is just not going to let that happen. Like right now, they're making her get the ball that far away. Now that should have been the foul.
And there it is, and the shot's just off the mark. Maya Wardle going the full length of the court, and again, just as you can see here in the replay, a nice move, and the shot went everywhere but in. So, ladies and gentlemen, they'll bring us to overtime here in the kitchen between the JV teams of Metamora and Notre Dame. And we'll take a short commercial break.
Have you subscribed to our YouTube channel yet?
No, I've not.
Why not? No?
I don't subscribe to anything.
Well, as we are heading into overtime here, it'll be a 4-minute overtime. Possession arrow is pointing towards the Redbirds, so they'll get the ball out here. Give you an update as our JV boys are at Centennial right now in Champaign, halfway through the third. Irish are leading 30-23. 30-23. The Irish JV boys leading Champaign Centennial. So again, a lot of basketball happening this week, and we'll be back here tomorrow. We've got another game tonight. Don't sit still. There's basketball happening almost every day right now, with the exception of Sunday.
There's a lot of basketball. We're wanting basketball, and we're getting basketball. We're getting our share of it, and that's for sure. So
now I'm looking at half court. I don't think it is a possession arrow.
Normally there'd be a jump ball,
right?
But both teams have had the possession, so they flip a coin to see who gets the first possession.
And I can't even tell from body language, but it appears the referee pointed to Notre Dame. So as Maya Wardle walks our way, nope, it's going to be Elizabeth Hanley who will inbound the ball. Irish has possession, and we'll get overtime kicked off here in this JV game.
I got to say, that's the first for me in this COVID situation where you flip a coin to see who gets the ball. Or you don't defer like in football and take it for the second half. You're going to take the ball.
So Wardle with the ball. Nice kick over to Breitbach. Breitbach with the three. Just off the mark, but there is Biz Daly with the nice rebound and put back.
And again, I was just watching Biz as that shot went up.
She
and all
read
she's
that
doing,
rebound.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
She's working for position right now and working for, well, she, it's easy to anticipate that Mary's going to make the shot because she seems like she always makes them.
And it fouls on 34, Biz Daly. That'll be her fourth, team's fifth. I think they're calling her for the body on coming up and over. A displacement call. Hard for us to tell from this angle. And nice look inside. And Sammy Lard again just using her athleticism to track that ball. Not only does she knock it away, she contains it and gets it into Wardle's hands. And the referee is calling the ball off of Wardle's leg.
I'd like to see that again. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
It looked funny, but it's hard to tell.
Yeah,
and I was blocked by the monitor here to see where the ball hit. So
I was blocked by Mr. Bear's head. Again, he's doing a phenomenal job. That's not a criticism.
Now the head's getting better.
And again, there's Sammy
Lard.
It's
getting bigger when you say that.
Again, there's Sammy Lard poking the ball away, creating another turnover. And there's Elizabeth Hanley with a 3 ball.
And
Beautiful
Elizabeth
shot.
Hanley can make that shot. That's not something you look at and say, don't shoot it. And especially in transition, that's a great shot to take.
Incredible confidence she had in taking that shot. Nice screen. The skip pass over, and the Redbirds are moving the ball well, getting it into Bennett's hands. Mallory Bennett looks to drive, kicks it down under to number 25, Jackson. Jackson gets inside to Bennett, shots off, and there is Sammy Lard once again. Lard is cleaning up a lot in this overtime.
Yeah, she is definitely double figures in rebounds, and you talk about loose balls, getting hands on the ball, everything.
Wardle kicks it out into the corner. Went to Breitbach, back to Wardle. Wardle's taking her time. Nice drive for Wardle. Gets it out to Lard. Lard gets it to Breitbach, back to Lard. Goes cross court to Daly. Daly looks to drive. Nice drive from Daly just off the mark. And Hanley again fighting for it underneath and just loses it, but there's Maya Wardle to clean it up. And there's a foul at the top of the key, or just to the right of the key. Fouls on Mallory Bennett, her third, team's fifth. And I think at this point, Coach Davis is looking to put him at the line and stop the clock.
Yes, that's going to happen now.
Number 23, Hannah Yoder, checks back in for the Redbirds.
We'll get another foul here quickly, I would imagine. There it is.
And there it is. Number 10, Izzy Vanderschaft fouling Maya Wardle as she looks to drive. And I think, and again, looking to stop the clock. Ball goes to Daly. And this foul will be on number 23, Hannah Yoder. That'll be her first, team seventh. And Biz Daly will go to the line shooting 1-1.
And when it comes down to a game like this now, you got to step up, make your free throws, and then just good, solid defense.
Free throws off. Daly looks to fight it. And fouls on Biz Daly. That'll be her fifth, team six. And that'll be it for Biz Daly today. And what a fantastic game for her.
She get great effort, and she's got to get a little rest. She's got to play another game tonight.
Yeah, she does. Number 13, Jillian Sander checks in. And what a luxury for the Irish to have, that you have somebody like Sander who can check in and finish this game for the Irish. Nice tip by Lard again. And the Irish are just the hustle right now. And there's Maya Wardle on the floor in a fantastic scrum over there, forcing the jump ball. The jump ball will go the Redbird way. But again, all that caused by Sammy Lard getting a hand on the ball.
Just getting that first deflection, that's right.
Ball inbound to Stivers. Stivers looks to drive. Nice move and a nice spin move, but again, shots just off the mark.
You know, their shots are a little bit short right now. They're just a little bit gassed, I would imagine.
You just see a little bit of fatigue. Wardle gets the ball down court, and there's Hanley for three.
That's not
just
the time
off the
you
mark.
want that one.
Wardle with a nice rebound.
And that'll be a lesson that'll be delivered to Elizabeth Hanley.
Right.
Earlier in the overtime, it was a great shot to take
Right.
in transition. Right now, you got to look at the time and the situation, and you learn from that.
Right.
But Elizabeth Hanley's got confidence.
Absolutely.
And like I said, she can make that shot. She's a good shooter. She can make that shot. It's just there's certain situations you don't want to take that, and she'll learn that. She's besides being a great kid, she's a smart kid. And
Absolutely. Absolutely. So with 38.6 left here in overtime, the Irish lead by 5 over Metamora, 46-41. Irish are in bonus and have a foul to give.
And it's just going to come down right now to if we've said this in other games during the course of the year, but if we do two things, if we take care of the basketball and we make free throws, when you're up 5 with 38.6 to go, if you do those two things, your chances of winning really improve. However, it's a lot easier said than done. It's easy for me to sit here and say, take care of the ball, make your free throws. You still have to get it done, and Metamora is going to make it difficult for us to take care of the ball. And but we've done a good job on defense stopping them from scoring.
Now the Redbirds have not scored here in overtime.
That's probably like the perfect foul for Metamora. No time goes off the clock, you foul. The only bad thing about it is you fouled Maya Wardle, whose chances are she's going to step up and knock the free throws down. At least percentages tell you that. And once again, I jinxed the shooter. I better keep my mouth shut.
And here come the Redbirds
like
back the other way.
chances.
Yep, I agree. Long three for number 10's off the mark. And there's the Irish on the ground with the Redbirds. It's a jump ball. Will come back towards the Irish. Elizabeth Hanley will inbound for the Irish. Full court pressure from the Redbirds. They get the ball into Wardle.
Good
She
job
gets it
getting
up to
rid of the ball
Breitbach.
so you can't get fouled.
Nice feed underneath the Sander.
Get rid
Sander
of
with
it.
a great pass. I'm sorry, that was Lard. It appeared Lard was fouled, but no call. Nice defense from the Irish, not to foul. Great move by Lundqvist and follow on her own shot. And that'll do it, folks. Final score, Notre Dame 46. Metamora Redbirds 43. Mike, that was a fun game.
That was a fun, you're talking about JV basketball games, which sometimes get a little bit sloppy. There's not a lot of points scored, whatever it may be. That wasn't the case tonight. These teams played well. They played hard, and see a lot of kids on the floor tonight that we're probably going to see down the road as varsity players in the next couple years. So I enjoyed it. I enjoyed this. I hope the varsity game, I hope they put on as good a show as this group just did.
Now, we do have a game coming up next, folks, but we'll take a couple minutes here to chat with you about this game. The Redbirds, strong team, and again, similar to the Irish here, all freshmen and sophomores. Great sophomore leadership coming from the Redbirds. But we talked about Mallory Bennett being the point guard, and again, not necessarily as prolific as a point scorer, but you don't have to be. She ran that offense beautifully.
And you could tell at the end of the game she was tired, and she should be tired because as hard as she played and a good part of the game she's trying to shut down Maya Wardle, which is not an easy task. Metamora's got a nice team. That's a nice group. They've got a lot of good players, and I'm sure they have some underclass. I know they have at least one. They probably have more who are playing up at the varsity, so they got to be really happy with what they have coming through.
And then of course, we would be foolish not to mention Cameron Youngquist.
Oh, yeah.
Just 8 points in the first half. Came out right away, hit another. Had 2 threes. Came out right away, hit another 3, and then the lone bucket for the Redbirds in overtime, giving her, I believe, 13 for the game. Again, all my stats are unofficial, but she had 13. And then Ella Stivers, who became, we mentioned her in the first half that you couldn't leave her alone. She had 2 points in the first half, finished I think with 7 on the day, hit a few free throws in the second half. Just a fantastic sophomore for the Redbirds as well.
They've got very nice players. Stivers, I thought that when she only had 2 in the first half and it was their last bucket of the half. I didn't know what to expect there, and at the end of the game, she had a chance to put them ahead with seconds left, and made a great move, and everything was right. The ball just didn't fall,
right? And
that happens sometimes, then we came down and we had a shot at the ball, and the ball didn't fall. So that's kind of what a game like this is going to be like. You have 2 teams that are pretty evenly matched, and they're playing hard. Both teams, are well-coached teams. They're doing what they're supposed to do, and. Sometimes, it works in your favor. Sometimes it doesn't. And fortunately for the Irish, we came out on top on this one.
Absolutely. And for the Irish, they were led in scoring in a combined effort from Maya Wardle, who had 10, several of those from the free throw line, and then Mary Breitbach, who again just a threat from beyond the arc, who hit a 3 on each half, and then a couple of jumpers. I believe she had 10. Again, this is all unofficial. I'll always count on Mr. Plunkett here to clean up my math. and then again, Jillian Sander hitting that nice bucket there in the fourth quarter. and Elizabeth Hanley, who again had that great 3 there in overtime, and then Biz Daly with 7 as well. But again, we have to talk about Sammy Lard's just incidentals throughout the game.
Yeah, everything. I mean, Sammy had 6 points, probably had 16 rebounds, and had her hand on probably a dozen other basketballs, and making deflections on defense, and just all over the place. And once she gets a little more polished offensively, this girl is going to be a tremendous player. She is just you can't teach athleticism, and she's got it, and she's got some size to go along with it. So as you look at those things, coaches have to be very, very happy with where she is right now.
Absolutely. Well, with that win, that moves the JV team to 7-0, and they continue to just do great things. I think that will be one of the best games one of the toughest competition that they will see this year. But they've got some good games coming down the line here for them. But for Mike Plunkett, I'm Jim Lynch. We're going to wrap up the JV game here and take a little break. We're about 13 minutes away from normally tip-off, but I guess I will say sidelines out of bound play.
That's right.
But we'll take a break here in about, let's say 8 to 10 minutes. We'll get back online here and give you some starting lineups and some pregame information as we welcome the varsity girls team from Champaign Centennial to the kitchen to play our Notre Dame Irish varsity girls. Thank you very much.